Hi everybody, my name is Scott Mecca. I'm the founder of SkyTitan and ZeroData IT Services. I'm here to talk to you about the Galaxy Shed project. The Galaxy Shed project is going to be a private online astronomy club. It's going to have their own observatory down in Marathon, Texas. It's a setup, it's pretty much like this, and this thing you can control from the internet. All you need is a computer connection, and you just schedule time with us, and away you go. A telescope like this is probably about a $30,000 piece of equipment. A lot of people like to have their own telescopes, but sometimes they're pretty spendy. Or we'll take a look outside today, you'll see that it's completely snowy outside and they just don't have clear skies all the time. So what we want to do is we want to take and get a couple telescopes like this, put them in a roll-off roof observatory down in a great site in the southern US, and just allow folks that belong to Galaxy Shed to log in and grab the telescope and take some pictures. We're going to walk you through some screenshots that tell you all about the type of equipment we're going to use. We're going to tell you about the location. You'll actually get to see the telescope function from the computer so that you can get an idea of what this is all about. Later on we'll talk about the pledges and how what else is needed for you to be a part of this exciting program. So follow along with us and we'll take a look at all this. This is the actual interface that controls the telescope, and what we do is we put this computer online, and all you have to do is log in through our remote control access. You take control of this computer right here and you'll have full control of what you see right in front of us. This is a planetarium software. It talks about the sky, and right now you can see we're connected to the telescope, and these circle with the white crosshairs, that's actually where the telescope is pointing. And what you do is you find a object you want to take a look at. Let's take a look at this thing called M5. What is that? Well, it's actually a small globular cluster. There's a picture here. There's a general tab. It tells you all about it, how bright it is, how far away it is, what it is, where it's located. But you have a set of crosshairs as to where the scope's pointing. I'm going to have Josh pan over and show you right now that the scope is fixed. It's kind of looking up. If the roof is rolled back on the observatory right now, M13 is where this is looking. It'd be right up there, right roughly above us. So we'll come back here. The red circles tell us that's the object we want to go look at. All we have to do is click this little button that slews the telescope. And once I click it, you'll see a window come up here that says it's slewing. Josh has panned over to the telescope. And there it goes. Now these mounts are very, very, very accurate and they track extremely well. So when you're looking at things that are sizes of pixels, you need to be very accurate and you need to track them really well if you're going to take long pictures. Once you get there, you just click on the software that controls that fancy camera on the back. You go to the Take an Image tab. You type in what kind of a picture you want to take. I'm going to take a really, really short one since it's daytime, and we'll get a nice blurry picture of the roof of the observatory. Type in how long you want it, hit Take an Image, it exposes the picture, downloads it, and there you go. So that's kind of a extremely short exposure. This area here is actually a very blurry image of the inside of the observatory. But it's that easy, so all you got to do. I think I told you we'd take a quick stop outside of the observatory and have a look around. As nice as it is in Wyoming with the dark skies, we have to deal with this. So this is one of the reasons we want to get down south to Marathon, Texas. It's right now down there it's about 70 some degrees, and they have about 325 days a year of clear skies, and the observatory doesn't freeze shut, which is a great thing. And they have very, very stable skies down there, so the seeing's better. We may talk a little bit about that later. But believe it or not, the site in Texas is actually darker than it is here in Wyoming. So we'll give you a little background on Marathon once we go back inside and warm up. Hey, we're back inside one of the SkyTitan control offices, and this is also the infrastructure we'll use to handle all the Galaxy Shed stuff. So my wonderful cameraman Josh and I have had a chance to warm up from the frigid outside. And we thought we'd show you on a computer just basically how you can connect to the observatory that we were just in. What happens is as a Galaxy Shed member, you sign up for a time slot. We'll have available time slots posted in a scheduling software. It sends us the information that you're a member, you paid for the usage. You schedule a time slot. We send you an email, and when you get the email, there is a link in it, and you just click on the link, and that link will actually launch a Java applet. It pushes Java to you, it installs on your computer, and then it brings up an application where you get to see where we just were. If this screen here kind of looks familiar from being out there in the observatory, and this particular software is actually used for teaching online classes, so you get control of the computer out there. We have a whiteboard, there's also a webcam. A lot of times I'll have that webcam on me, or the operator will have, so you can see who you're talking to at the observatory. Right now we've got it turned around so that we're seeing a live shot of the actual telescope that we just saw out there. And once again, you can see where the telescope's at. We give you control. You can click on an object, get the information, and then the information window comes up. And actually in real time, it'll be a lot more smooth than this right here. But you just go and do what we just did. You got control of the telescope, and like I said, this is going to be in a dark site down in the Big Bend area of Texas. And down there, it's very, very clear. It's very, very still. I'll talk to you a little bit about that still thing here in a minute. But that's really important in what we're doing. And we'll be on the headset up here in Wyoming. You'll be wherever you are from your computer, hopefully somewhere nice and warm and cozy. And we'll both be connected to the observatory. You'll get to take the pictures, and we'll get to teach you about astronomy, and you'll get to have a lot of fun. Hey, when Josh and I were out taking some pictures of the observatory, we told you a little bit about the site we're going to go to. It's going to be in southern Texas. Let me tell you why we want to go down there. One, no snow. It's, like we said, 325 days a year down there of clear skies, which is a great thing for what we're trying to do. Just gives you more opportunities to actually use the scope when it's not all cloudy and snowed out. I've got here a website that's put together by the Canadian Meteorological Society that basically monitors sky conditions for amateur astronomers. And we're zoomed in on Texas right now. Take a look at this. This is the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Here's Houston. This is San Antonio and Austin. We're going to go clear over here to a place called Marathon, Texas. Let's click on Marathon's chart, take a look at it, and we're going to go look at the light pollution map. This is what's really cool about where we're going to go. The blacker the area, the darker the skies. And if you'll notice, Marathon, Texas, right here where that cross is, it's pure black. Let's scroll down here and see what that means. It's as dark as it gets. It's the same darkness in Marathon, Texas as if you were out on a sailboat in the middle of the Pacific. It's very, very dark. It's very, very warm down there. We got 325 days of clear skies. And the other thing, I'll tell you a little bit about this this Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. That's a really bad thing in our game. We want to have skies that are really stable. That's called seeing. And down in this part of the country, you get closer to the equator, the skies are a lot more stable down there. So this is a fantastic site. We want to put 2 to 3 telescopes down there now in the facility we want to build with the Kickstarter project. The other thing is a lot of times Kickstarter projects get overfunded. They go beyond their goal. And if that happens, then we're going to work with the Sky Titan Alliance that we have, and we're going to put another telescope for the Galaxy Shed members in Australia, which is really cool because you're seeing stuff in the southern hemisphere, and you can literally use it during the daytime in the United States when it's nighttime over there, mostly in the morning hours. Let's go to the Kickstarter website. I want to talk to you a little bit about the pledges. We're trying to make this affordable. I mean, we are all about helping the average person learn astronomy in a really, really cool way. We don't really get into taking the awesome pictures. I mean, some of these online telescope people that are out there, they got some amazing equipment, and you can take some really beautiful pictures. But you're taking pictures 8 to 10 hours long, requires a couple of nights, literally hundreds of photos, and literally hours and hours of image processing with special software. That's cool. Yeah, we could get to that point if we want to, but we really want to emphasize more you learning astronomy in a really fun kind of a way. So we've set the pledges up so that you can just get involved. Our simplest pledge is 25 bucks. Get your name in the group or get it in the hat right now. Because like I said, this is limited. Not anybody in the world can just come to us and sign on and say, hey, I want to use your telescope. A lot of the other online telescopes do that, and they've got so many people fighting for telescope time, no one can ever get on. We're going to limit this. Once 30 days is up, that's it. No one else gets in. So if you want to do that, just to get your name in the hat, become a part of Galaxy Shed, just send a $25 pledge, and you've got your membership. You're in there. All we do from there is we have different levels of pledges, which basically give you different levels of time. Roughly every 35 bucks or multiple of 35 bucks, you're getting another hour of telescope time. The other thing that's cool is you develop priority points, which allows you to kind of get some priority access. And sometimes that's important if you want to do deep sky work or if you want to take pictures when the full moon's out, not as good. So that's really what we do. As you get down here to the limited offerings, like 700 and up, what we do there is we start to let you use some of the resources from our affiliate SkyTitan, where you actually get to do some of the educational projects and you can actually be involved in some of the research. Our top level pledge is 1,750 bucks. What will happen there is not only will you be using the telescopes for Galaxy Shed, but you also get time on the SkyTitan scopes. You'll actually get to work with some professionals that are using the telescopes, big telescopes, the multi-million-dollar telescopes in Australia. So we got a number of different ways to get involved. The point is, get involved, because once this is up, you can't get in. So tell your friends, this is a limited offering. It's going to be very, very exciting. It's a great way to get involved in astronomy and not have to worry about freezing cold, clouds, spending thousands of dollars on equipment, and you can actually use it from the internet from wherever you're at. Thanks for stopping by. We hope you'll jump on board. We're looking forward to having you on.